What's up, y'all? Hopefully everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a great night, had a great week. Yes, thank you, Sandy. Thank you for being patient. Rachel will be in a couple minutes. She had to change Mercy. So, how's everybody's night going? We're doing well. We're doing well. Having a good day. Had a good week. Yes. She Jessica, what's up? Sandy, Miss R, Nat, Elena, Ann, Laura, Kathy. Sure I didn't miss anybody. Ann, how's everybody? GSR Rider, what's up, brother? Eric, how's everybody doing? Latina, Nat, Pamela, Ashley, Deb, Sharon, what's up, Sharon? Murph, what's up, brother? Okay, Murph. Murph said he hiding in the bushes. Vic, what's up? Make sure nobody gets crazy. We're good. We're blessed. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's happy, except for Mercy. She's tired, as y'all can see. Randy, what's up?
Should I turn the light?
Karina, no, I don't really watch TV. No, Randy, Nat, everybody's good, man. Pauline, gotta protect the ladies at all costs, Murph. At all costs. Look at this one. This little one right here. She's tired.
Is she?
She's acting So I got a video coming out tonight. It's a little different than normal videos. It's a sad story though. It's a very sad story. So I'll put it to a premiere at 10:30. I'll put it to premiere. Leaston, what's up? So yeah, her hair's starting to get a little curly. Look at her. She's tired though.
She's so tired.
She likes to come. Hey, Titan, you better leave her alone. She likes to lay down with me though.
At nighttime.
Yes. What you mean at nighttime?
Yeah.
Paul, what's up?
I'm gonna turn this light.
Okay. Turn the front one off. Oh no, turn the back one off. Excuse me. She is very cute. Thank you guys. Is that too dark? Might be.
Maybe if I move it.
Move it. No, it might be. Yes, God's child. I got to look into that. I got to have somebody walk me through that because I'm not too familiar with it, brother. Thank you, God's child. Marlita, what's up? All right, so I'm going to step out the way. Yes, please hit that like button.
She's getting big.
When you come into the video, I'd appreciate it very much. Please and thank you. And once again, hope everybody's doing well. And I'll leave you to little Murph.
Her head is falling.
I'm gonna grab her.
Oh, when she's all asleep.
All right.
Because if I lay her down now, she might pop right open.
See you, Sharon. Send me a message. I might be out there this weekend. So send me a message. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Stay blessed, everybody. I haven't heard from Jose. I haven't heard from him. I seen somebody asked.
Somebody
I haven't
asked
heard
before, and we haven't seen him.
Yeah, haven't heard. We got a video dropping about Milo tomorrow. So good news about Milo. All right, everybody. Have a great night. I'll let y'all to it.
Hello, I hope everyone's doing well.
Is that enough light? Or do you want that?
I don't know. I think it's fine dark,
Like
but
that?
Do you guys think it's fine, dark? I mean,
Matches your heart. Dark.
dark like my heart.
Dark and cold.
So I hope everyone is doing well. And yes, and I apologize about last night. Listen, it's 9:30, so it's a little late. And for me, sometimes I have to lay down in bed to put Mercy to sleep. Well, not that I always do. And so I fell asleep. I just fell asleep with her. I was so tired. Literally just so tired yesterday. And I just feel like my energy level is very low. And I just was like, I couldn't even I just told Frank, I was like, I'm just not feeling it. I just can't do it. He kind of woke me up and I was like, I'm so tired. I can't. So I do apologize for that. But, I did feel bad because, I feel like, I try to look at this like, if I tell you I'm going to be here on Wednesday, I try to be here. So, and I don't know, I just feel like, if you say you're going to do something, you do it. But you know how it is. Like, it's just, like I said, I was just so tired and I still am tired. Also, I don't know. I feel like also too, I don't know if it's just me, but like for me, I feel like there's something on my lip. For me, in this weather makes me so tired. The cold weather and it getting dark so early, it just, and I know like seasonal depression and stuff like that, but I don't even think it's like a depression. I think it's more or less like this weather makes me cold and tired. Wait, did I get tested for rheumatoid arthritis or lupus? No, I didn't. But I feel like over the last couple years, I go through these phases. I don't know how else to describe them. Just kind of like these roller coasters, and I'll get extremely tired for like months. Because you know how like on your Facebook memories pop up? It's so weird because like they'll pop up and I see ones from like 5 years ago where I'm like stating posts like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't know, like I can't get my energy up. And like then kind of the same thing kind of keeps happening. So I don't know if I do take vitamins. I know lately I haven't been drinking enough water and I could definitely eat healthier, but I just feel like the winter time just makes me more tired. Like I love summer. I love being outside in the warm weather. Yeah, and I definitely know like vitamin D from the sun is definitely good. But I don't know. And I get cold so easy, like super, super easy. That it's like this, when it's cold out, like it just goes right through me. It goes right through me. So, and yes, having kids and running around after kids, but I definitely, yeah, and I do have low iron, so I do already take I already take an iron pill. So, well, God's child, I ain't even going, I'm not, I can't talk about that right now, but I'll just let that be that. Yes, so I was getting, my old jobs have reached out to me numerous times about going back to work. And I definitely think I might be going back, but maybe like PRN. So that way I get to pick and choose my schedule. You know, the one thing too is with nursing, like I don't want to lose my skills. I like being at home with the kids, but I do worry about losing my skills with nursing because, you know, there are things, you know, that even just taking this time off, I'm going to have to freshen up my memories with certain things. I also got offered a job with an agency going into different facilities and kind of filling in where they're short staffed. And I don't know, you know, it's just something to think about. I'm an LPN. So, you know, obviously right now with nursing homes, they're definitely short staffed in our area. So, you know, I guess, I don't know. It's something that I've been thinking about, you know, if I can manage to do it. I don't necessarily want to go back to work, but, you know, I wouldn't mind going back a little, like, you know, part-time or like I said, PRN, and picking and choosing my own schedule. So especially with agency, like I was saying, to go into different facilities and work, they're so short staffed, and honestly, it pays very well. So to do that. But so I'm just trying to read some of these comments. I am as low. So yes, I do, Ashley. I do have low iron. I had super low iron when I was pregnant too, and also that my new birth control that I have is also making my iron even lower. It's a non-hormonal birth control, and I've talked about it before. It's called the Paragard. It's a copper IUD, and it definitely it can make your iron lower. So yeah, I do worry about COVID. I'm hoping that I don't know. I think I want to, you know, get the vaccine because, you know, we have to have so many, you know, obviously so many people have to get vaccinated before our world will go back to normal. Because the way that, you know, we're doing things isn't working that well. Oh, she's in the hospital from COVID. Is that what you guys said with Dorda is back in the hospital on oxygen? My sister's. Yeah. So I actually. Wow. I'm really sorry. I hope, you know, let's all say a prayer for her. So definitely. Wait. So she does have COVID. Is that correct? Yes. Yes. Definitely. We all need to say a prayer. If you guys pray, definitely, you know, say a prayer for her. Yeah, we were talking about her last Wednesday that she wasn't on, and I didn't know, and I can't always jump on the lives during the day. I know sometimes I try to listen to like G'd Up's lives and stuff, but I can't always jump in because of the baby and the kids and stuff like that. Sometimes I can't even jump on Frank's, which I feel bad, like I'm not supporting. Sometimes it's just hard. She keeps on saying, oh, good. Well, I hope, yeah. Honda mommy, right? Listen, I think people it's probably like literally the same people that do it. And that's, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. So, like I know last week we were here and I was talking about Mercy and just about my pregnancy with her. And I know like this is a constant topic is with mental health. So I feel like because mental health is so important, I just feel like it is literally so important for even if you're not an addict. It's so important, but I definitely think it goes hand in hand with addiction. I myself suffer. I have, a couple of different diagnoses as far as depression. I have anxiety. I have, ADD, OCD. So, but I wanted to, definitely sometimes they're better than others, but I feel like it's crucial to just do certain things for your mental health. I was, talking to somebody earlier and just talking about like happiness. Like, I feel like for women, I feel like a lot of times our happiness is dictated by other people. I feel like it's dictated, like, if your kids are happy, then you're happy. If your husband's happy, then you're happy. If, if other people are happy, then you're happy. And Frank, do you want to jump on?
No.
Am I saying it right? Yeah. She's in the hospital on oxygen.
Really?
Yeah, they said she had COVID. She was doing well for a little bit, and then she went backwards. Now she's in the hospital on oxygen.
Prayers, and if anybody knows how we can get a hold of her.
Tommy D said that. I guess he's not on here. Oh wait, he just popped on.
All right, tell him to message me.
Okay.
Some information.
Yeah, so if we know like where she is or anything like that.
Phone number, anything.
Yeah, definitely pray for her. Tommy said that he can get a hold of her. So yeah, can you? Yeah, well, he messaged you before. So, Tommy, did you message Frank before on Instagram or was it? I can't remember which one. But if you could message Frank again. So, just keep everybody up to date. Oh, Audie's in here too. Prayers for you too, because I know you, I don't know, are you still in the hospital? So, but I'm sorry, I'm just like really laid up, like have her here. And I just, with mental health, I was talking about, because it's women. So I wanted to like kind of focus on different things with women, as far as, let me speak for myself. I let myself sometimes dictate too much of my happiness on other people rather than my own happiness. So like, I feel like, even if, say my kids are having, a bad day or something's going wrong, I still need to find ways that I can be happy. And same thing with, anybody. Because, happiness is something that I need to find in myself, not let my happiness be controlled by other people, and their happiness, which I have done for so long. And it's hard finding ways to do that, if that makes sense. So I guess like what I wanted to, I'm actually having anxiety tonight, Melissa, but I guess my thing is a lot of times it's like, I don't know always how to do that. So yeah, Sandy, like, I just feel like a lot of times, my happiness, and I realized it like I was realizing it a couple weeks ago. I was like, damn, like I'm literally letting other people's feelings kind of control my feelings. And I guess I need to not do that. I need to, not take on other people's feelings. And it's hard because I'm trying to figure it out myself, how to do those things. And I'm trying to figure out too, like, I don't know, like how to balance. And I always say, like, you can't balance. I always feel like if I'm going to do it well in one area of my life, another area is going to slack. It is. So right, Tammy? And that is hard. Like she just said, I always think someday I will be first, maybe someday. I think it is important. Like, I feel like it's not always selfish to put yourself first, because I feel like if you can't put yourself first and you're not taking care of yourself, like it's so hard for you to do for others. And you end up burnout, stressed out. For me, I end up with really bad anxiety. I'm sorry, Marissa. I was just way too tired last night. Well, thank you, DJ. I do appreciate you saying that. I mean, I just feel like, society has made it where for us to feel like we're not supposed to do that, especially as moms. I don't want to just, I definitely don't want to just exclusively keep it to moms, but I feel like the society has definitely done that. They have definitely made it feel like, how can I say it? Like, where people are always like, my kids are my world, my family is my world. And yes, they should be so important. But I also feel like it is okay to put yourself first. It is okay to take time out to do something for yourself. Because it's just, and then like, so let me give an example. I went the other day and got a facial. I probably shouldn't have spent the money, but I did. I got my mom to babysit Mercy. And what's up, Barn? I took a little drive. It was a little further. So, I had to drive a little ways. So I had that time in the car by myself. Like I said, got a facial, did what I wanted to do, came back. And, that's like the first time in a little while that I've been able to do something for myself. And I immediately started to feel guilty, like I shouldn't be doing it. And honestly, I love my mom to death, but my mom she is the type of person that, yeah, she has always put her kids first, always put her grandchildren first, always put everybody first except for herself. And she is like the type of person that was like, I guess she was like, why do you have to drive so far? Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to go do this? Like, cause I told her, I was like, can you watch Mercy so I can go do this? And, she was kind of questioning me about it, but I feel like that's because we take it like, we shouldn't be doing those kinds of things. Especially like if you have kids, you shouldn't be, it should always be about your kids. And like, I'm not gonna lie, there was times in the past that I like skipped some of my kids' activities and didn't go because literally I just did something else for myself. And because it was the only, I don't like to do that, but it was like the only time that I could. My daughters literally had softball every single day. So obviously there was times and I would feel guilty, but then I was like, I'm not going to feel guilty about that. So I do feel like I have to remind myself though, to not feel guilty and that it is okay to do something. Because I feel like, why is it like, if I were to do something for someone else, they would give praise and say, good, thank you, and thank that person. Well, I feel like you should be your own best friend and do that too. So I kind of was like, you know what? No, like as I was doing it and started feeling that guilt, I was like, no, actually I do deserve this. I work hard. I take care of kids, and I just kind of had to tell myself it was okay to spend some money. It was okay for me to spend money on myself. And it was okay for me to have no kids in the car. And it was okay for me to not call and check on them, because I'm not going to lie, I didn't call one time to see how Mercy was, because granted, I wasn't gone. I was gone for a few hours, not that long, but it's like, it's okay for me. Yeah, Jessica, right? Like, good for you. I think we all should do that sometimes. And I think that we should never try to make someone else feel guilty for doing those things. Because it's like, sometimes it's just so easy for other people to judge other people. And, especially like other women, I want to say, like, I see people, I've hear this conversation like where they have their nails done and they're doing this and they're doing that, but yet they can't do this. And it was like, man, that's not for me to judge. If that's what that person wants to do and that makes them happy, and as long as, they're doing good, their kids are good, like, that's not for me to judge. So, and I feel like, yeah, it is a lot of times it's shopping for women. Wait, we need that. But when I get my lashes done, the baby's on my lap. And Lauren, I hear you, because that's how if I go get my nails done, my daughters always want to go too. So I'll have my daughters, I have like the baby. So there was a time where I would go get my nails done and like, I would literally bring all my kids and I would drive them crazy. Listen, they were getting me in and out though, because they hated me coming in with all of my kids. But what are they going to do? Say, no, we can't do it? Because as soon as the baby would start to cry or anything, they would all, be staring at me. And I don't care. I was like, oh, wow, well, then get me done quicker so I can get out of here if you don't want me in here with my kids. Now granted, it's harder now because when I want to go, that now my daughters want to go, and paying for 3 people to get their nails done is very expensive. So as you can see, I don't have my nails done. But, you know, there's just other things that I feel like as women, you know, there's just different things that maybe, you know, for me, you know, I wanted to get a facial. For somebody else, it might be getting their nails done. Or it might be, you know, Jessica said she went to Sephora, like, or somebody, you know, did whatever. And it's like, I just feel like those are things that will keep our mental health good. And I just feel like there's nothing wrong with doing that, and that we shouldn't feel guilty for doing those things once in a while. And I also feel like I like to, I guess, kind of like reward myself for staying clean, if that makes sense. You know, it's like one of those things where good behavior gets rewarded. I feel like for me, I always try to remind myself too, like, if I were using, I wouldn't be able to do these things. You know, and that honestly helps motivate me to keep on. Because I know when I was using, the last thing I was thinking about was going to get a facial. And it's nice to have the limit. Right, Lauren? Yes, like it is nice to have that money to be able to go and treat yourself. Because honestly, you know, I remember having taken change to a Turkey Hill to get dollars so I could go get high. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have enough money. So it's like, I feel like those things, now that I'm able, you know, and I don't have to do that. And it feels good. And I also, yes, and I feel like those are things that will keep us going, because I know that if I start getting high again, guess what? I'm not going to be able to do those things again. I miss what Wendy said. Yeah, Ashley, I hear you on that. I totally hear you. And it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of times society does feel like it's like, well, for this. Oh yeah, thanks, Murph. You know, I honestly feel like, what is Wawa? It's like gas station, like a little gas station convenience store. I don't even remember what I was just gonna say, but I just know, like, I just feel like, yes, to stop feeling so guilty when we treat ourselves like that. And I honestly feel like, you know, that we do need to put ourselves first. You know, we need to put ourselves first. And I'm not saying like, you know, like we're the only one that matters, but I mean like just taking care of our overall selves. Because if not, you know, I can tell when I'm not doing those things, because I'm very stressed out. Yeah, you are, Murph. I'm very stressed out. I have a lot of anxiety. And I just feel like when I am doing good things for myself, it just makes such a difference. And like I said, society has really put a lot on women, has really put a lot on mothers. You know, for us to kind of like have it all and do it all. Like, you know, we're supposed to but have babies. And then we're immediately supposed to, I feel like, our bodies are supposed to immediately bounce back. We're supposed to, take care of kids and run them around and still, I guess, clean house, cook, work 40 hours, work a full-time job. And it's like, that's, it's just not realistic expectations. So, and I feel like we should be more able to show realistic expectations. Yes. And for me, I feel I like to listen to all these women on Instagram, TikTok. Yes. Yes. And I have talked about, Lauren, I have talked about this before. It is a lot of unrealistic expectations. And it's, I said, for me being a 35-year-old woman, it's hard. So I can't imagine, how hard it is for other women, younger girls. Like I always say to my daughters about that. I do worry about them, having body image issues because of social media. Laura, right? Seriously. And I feel like too, there's also nothing wrong with, doing things that make you feel good. So, if you do have a Brazilian butt lift or anything like that, I feel like that there's nothing wrong with doing that either. Like if that's what you want to do and you can do that, I say do it. But I also feel like too, it's some of those things that's like we have to work on. I know for me, anyhow, I need to work on the inside too, not only on the outside. So, Jessica, right? I mean, shoot, if I had the money, I probably would. I always say, if we were rich, I would tell Frank all the time, if we were rich, I'm like, you won't even recognize me. Okay, that's, but and I'm half joking when I say that. But hold on, I gotta stand up for her. I'm just gonna maybe turn this light on. So maybe, but I just, I do tell Frank, I'm like, if I said, if we were rich, listen, you wouldn't even recognize me, but I also don't feel like there's anything wrong with, right, Lauren? Me too. I say maybe there's a reason God didn't bless me with a booty, so, I just feel like, to do what makes you happy, but, if you're doing things for the wrong reason, I guess it's never going to be, nothing's going to ever satisfy that. But and I guess I don't want to focus too much because I feel like, with plastic surgery and stuff, I feel like there's nothing wrong with, I just feel like to do what makes you happy. Shoot, girl, I breastfed 5 kids. So I know exactly how that feels, but, I guess I'm getting off track here a little bit, but I guess for me, like I was saying, I just want everybody in here to know, like, for women to know, it's okay to do something for yourself and to do something and don't apologize. Like, And don't feel guilty the whole time that you're doing it, because it kind of takes away from the enjoyment of doing something. So also too, I don't know about you guys, but like with mental health too, I feel like it just really, oh, thank you, Honda Mommy. I feel like it really, like what you put yourself around is what you're going to get out of. Like that's what you're going to get out of. So for me, I like to listen to positive affirmations. Like every morning on Major's, when I take Major to school, I make him do positive affirmations. I make him tell himself, and he says that I am smart, I am strong, and I can do anything. And every day, he says that, and every day we say a prayer on our way to school. And it just I feel like it makes such a difference. So this tattoo, no, I've had this for years. I actually don't like it, so I actually try to cover it up. But yeah, I just feel like that is, that's what I want him to go in with, that mindset that he is smart, he is strong, and he can do anything. And every time he says something negative about himself, I make him immediately say something positive about himself. So like, because there are times where he's doing homework and he's like, I'm an idiot, I'm dumb. And I'm like, no, you are not. And then I make him tell himself something positive about himself. So I feel like, for all of us, that's so beneficial. And I notice a difference on how I'm looking at myself and how I feel about myself when I'm doing those things. So, I guess I just encourage everybody. And I know sometimes it sounds so corny because people are like, oh, to tell yourself that you're beautiful, you're strong, you're smart, you're worthy. But honestly, you are all those things. Everybody is all those things. Major he's 6, and he actually, so last week, Major started wrestling. So his first match, he did well, but it was because it's his first year and it was the other kids, obviously his first year. They both went to wrestle and neither of them knew what to do. They just both stood there. So, Frank and I are like, no, Major, get him. So I think the other kid was so scared and nervous. He really didn't do anything back. So Major pinned him. He won that match. Last week, he had his second match. So he lost, and he ran off the match crying, or off the wrestling mat crying, and he ran over to Frank and I. And he was so disappointed in himself. I think he was so embarrassed. And then I think he was even more embarrassed because he ran off crying in front of, people. And, Frank took him and he made him go over and shake the other kid's hand and tell him that he did a good job. And Major did that. But then on the way home, he was like, Mom, I don't think I want to do this anymore. And I guess, I had to tell him, listen, it's one of those things, like, yeah, you lost, but you got to pick yourself back up and you just got to keep going because, I'm kind of glad that he lost in a way, because it gave him, I feel like he had to go through that experience, because I said, you can't be, happy about winning all the time. And then, act like this when you lose, because you're going to lose sometimes. There's going to be times that you lose. And I said, that's either when you learn from it or you quit and you just give up. And so he's like, no, I'm going to learn from it. And now I know next time, you know, what to do. But it's like, and I was like thinking, I'm like, you know, even for myself, even for myself, I feel like it's the same thing. Like I'm telling my son things that I need to also follow. And I'm not just, I don't mean just, I mean, even like when I'm having a bad day or I go through these times where, because I do suffer from a mental health and I do suffer from depression, and I get times where I go low for a couple of days or even a while. And, you know, it is one of those things that I just need to pick myself back up and learn. And I can't say that either every time that I have gone through something that I didn't learn from it. I always say, like, the last time that I got clean a couple years ago, I was trying to get clean for years before that. So every time I got clean, though, every time I went to a rehab or went somewhere, I learned something along the way. You know, it wasn't just I learned everything the last time I got clean. No, this was, you know, from the time I was 16 until 30, that I was, so 15 years of learning stuff. So, you know, I guess I'm just talking all over, but, you know, but I definitely think it's super important to tell yourself, you know, those positive affirmations. Marissa, since 2016. Yeah. Marissa, the first time I tried drugs or an opiate, the first time I ever did an opiate, I was 14. So I was very young and way too young to be able to tell, you know, have any idea of the consequences that what I was doing. I feel like I was probably about 11. Hold on, I just dropped her boba. I was probably about 11, 12, maybe, the first time I ever did drugs in general, like drank, smoked weed. So I think I was very young. Yes, and it is so important to tell yourself that I am worthy. And, you know, the way that and this isn't always, this is just something that I do try to practice. The way that I talk to myself, I always feel like that's the same way that I talk to my daughters is the same way that I should talk to myself. Because I just feel like, why is it that we're so quick to put ourselves down rather than, I guess, build ourselves up? Because I used to be it was like almost became so, I was so comfortable with putting myself down and so uncomfortable with saying something positive about myself. And I guess I was, you know, it took me a very long time to understand that. It's the same thing, like even on here, you know, there'll be 100 positive comments and somebody will write one negative one, you know, and that's the one that unfortunately sometimes will stick out in my mind. And I don't know why that is. And I'm trying to get away from that. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if sometimes I feel like I don't read the comments at all because I don't want to see anything negative. I really let it get to me. And I shouldn't do that though. So I just want to tell everybody on here that gives positive feedback and all the positive support, how much I truly appreciate it. So, but yeah, I guess, I just wanted, I guess it was like, I had to start to think, I have to be my own best friend. Thanks, Murph. I appreciate that. Because like I said, there was so many times in my life that I would just, plus I got into a relationship very young, with my older kid's father, and I was with him for a little while, and that relationship was very bad. He was very abusive. We were very toxic together, and we used together. And I mean, I feel like he literally he broke me. He was mentally abusive, emotionally abusive, and physically abusive. So for a long time, hearing those things becomes so, ingrained in your head that it takes a long time to get those out. So when I was left him and got away from that, it took me a long time to be able to look at myself in the mirror and say something positive, because I just felt so uncomfortable with that. I felt so uncomfortable. So, and he was also on drugs, so we both were. And it just, and I can't say, I was toxic to him too. So, it definitely did go both ways. But I feel like, especially, in those relationships like that, but it made me realize too that I never want something like that again. So I knew, like, when Frank and I got together, I didn't know what I wanted out of a relationship, but I knew everything that I didn't want, if that makes sense. Like, I knew I didn't want, and I told Frank straight out from the very beginning. Plus he did know about my relationship, so he was familiar with it, and I told him there are certain things that I would never go through again. And so, but one thing is I guess the one thing is, though, too, is that it definitely made me, I don't know how to say, I don't want to say stronger, because who knows, I think I would be a strong person anyhow, but it definitely made me more aware of situations. There were so many times people were like, why didn't you just leave? And I was like, well, my God, if it would have been that easy to just leave, I would have left a long time ago. But it wasn't that easy to just leave. I was, like I said, I was with him for a while, and it took me, I knew years before leaving him that I didn't want to be with him. It was like, but I didn't know how I was going to leave. And the one thing that I can honestly say today I think it just from a lot of healing and a lot of praying and everything is that, like, I literally, even though it's like, did you ever see that saying? It was like you had to forgive somebody who never said they were sorry. And I feel like I definitely did that. I can honestly say that I wish him the best. And and like I said, I can't say I'm glad I went through what I did, but it's made me the person that I am. And it has made me more aware of things. So I can definitely relate to women when they say that they are in that kind of a relationship on what they're going through. Because it definitely teaches you. It definitely teaches you. Megan, you said I need to make a plan. What is it that I didn't see your other comment? Yes, Wendy, I have been in that. I literally thought that was probably what was going to happen at that point. So, and it does make you stronger, but sometimes I wonder would I've been strong without going through that? Maybe, but I definitely, oh, Marissa, I'm sorry. It definitely, I am in a toxic relationship. I mean, and like I was just saying, it's so much easier to say to just leave than it is to actually leave. Honestly, what I can honestly tell you is I prayed for years before I left. I prayed for God to help me because I feel like I was more mentally and emotionally attached to him than I was for anything else, because I think a lot of the things that was being said to me, I really let it affect me. I really at one point thought that because I felt like, he would tell me, oh, if we were not together, who would want you? Who would want to be with you? And I was like, he's right. Who would? Nobody would want me, So I felt like that's what kind of that. And it was like, I guess I was just so used to it. I didn't know any different. So I definitely can relate, even though it was like I knew years before that I didn't want to be together. It took me years to be strong enough to actually go through with leaving him. But once I did, it was like literally, I'm not joking when I tell you, I literally woke up one day and I prayed for one day to just have this weight lifted off my shoulders. I woke up one day and I just was like, something clicked, and it was like, you never have to deal with him again if you really don't want to. Hey, Heaven, I didn't see you were on here. I just saw, so, and it was like something just clicked, and it was like this light went off and this weight was lifted off my shoulders. And I just realized it was like, like I literally caught him cheating on me I can't even tell you how many times. And it was like, man, it doesn't even matter. Like, let this other person have, and it was like, I literally just didn't care anymore. Yes, I had 3 kids with him too, Marissa. I know some people know this in here, but some people don't. Like the twins, Frank, even though Frank, he says that they're his daughters, and they are his daughters, biologically they're not, his daughters. So I completely understand where you're coming from, completely. So, but I know Frank has a video coming out, and So I do have to get off on here a couple minutes. But I just keep praying. Yes, the 3 C's: courage, chance, and change. Okay, I like that. But I'm definitely going to be praying for all of you guys in the girl's life. Megan, not really. I mean, he kind of like, he'll go a couple years and then a couple visits and then a couple years, couple visits. But, but I mean, I can relate. So, and I am grateful, that my daughters, they have a stable father though in their lives, and that's my husband. So, which is something that I never thought, would happen before. So, no, heaven, I am holding Mercy. So, psych. So, but I do have to jump off here, but I just want to thank everybody for being here. And I just, appreciate all your guys' support. I'm definitely going to be praying for all of you. And I think you all are amazing and beautiful and strong women, and the men in here too. So I literally hope that everybody wakes up tomorrow and can tell themselves, maybe the same thing that Major tells himself, that I am brave, I am smart, and I am strong, and he can do anything. And so I do appreciate all of you guys. And I will be back next Wednesday, not Thursday. I do apologize. So have a great evening, and we'll see you next time.